The Gen 1 4Runner, 1984 to 1989. This one's a 2.4 diesel. They also came out with the 2.2 petrol. These were a bit fancier than the LN65 Hilux Ute. So these ones came with power steering and air conditioning, whereas most of the Utes didn't have the power steering. A couple of other little creature comforts. The interior was a lot nicer, in my opinion, than the Utes. They had the fuel cap opener here. They had center consoles. The air conditioning, like I said, they had altimeters. Adjustable steering column. A nicer steering wheel. A tacho. Even in the petrol models, they had a tacho. Adventure time. Where are we off to? Oh, and we're taking the old car. We're going to utilise a day in our logbook. It's going to be fun. Drive on the beach. Roof off, beautiful day. Let's go. Off we go, sand driving. So with this, we've got the historic and classic logbook. So we're on the logbook scheme. Basically, you get 60 days driving outside of any club event, repairs, or any cruises, organised cruises. So we'll drive this all day today. It'll be good to get a bit of juice through the pump. And what we'll also do is we'll drop off the outboard for its service after our trip up north. So we'll fill this in. It's very important that you do this when you're on club plates, because basically if I don't fill this in, I'm unregistered. So I'm driving around an unregistered vehicle. So it's very important. We've got to stop for fuel too. We've only got a little bit of diesel in this. Nicholas has got a little bit of shade from the boards. There, mate. Get on the beach. Right, so it's been a while since I've been out to Boat Harbour, which is in Kurnell, just near Kurnell. So the entrance has changed. Still a bumpy old road, well in this thing anyway. Speed humps. Looks busy for a weekday. It's a beautiful day though, and we're probably going to have to pay some money at this gate here. So we've paid a season pass, so if we come 6 times, it's paid for itself, and then anything else is free after that, I guess. And now that young Millie can surf, we should be coming in more often. Bring the car down with the roof off. Bit of fun. Look how beautiful that beach is today. Legend has it that it was simply a light truck disguised as a passenger vehicle, so Toyota could avoid the infamous chicken tax, a 25% tariff that one of the earlier presidents imposed in response to French and West German tariffs on US chickens back in 1964. In any case, the Gen 1 4Runner sure was a hit. It's sought after now, and it's very fun to drive. A little wave out there. Ew.
Let's go surfing.
Yeah, good work. They were a little bit shorter of a wheelbase. They had the same back seat as the twin cab utes, and then they had the tub, or the boot part, because obviously there was a fiberglass lid that goes on the back to create the SUV, which we've still got. And in great condition this is too, like it hasn't rusted out. It's still very good condition. I've had the top off 2 or 3 times now. So the 4Runner was only one of 2 cars made with a removable hardtop, the other one being the Bronco. And in 1989 they stopped them both altogether. So Ford really recommended not driving with the hardtop off the Bronco. Structurally that hardtop kept the back of that car together. But with the 4Runner, that roll cage, it seemed to have sufficed enough integrity to be able to drive off with it. Twin cab tub was a bit longer. That's where this has lost its wheelbase part. And the roll cage in the back takes up quite a bit of room, but it's where the seat belts are bolted up to. So you can't really remove that even though you've got the top off. To the bonnet, these things were no race car. This one's got the 2.4 diesel, so it was the 2L. Now I had, you know, probably a dozen of these in their day, the L's and the 2Ls. I had a couple of 3Ys that we bought as parts cars. But every man and his dog back in the day, they'd put a turbo kit on these, so it improves power a little bit. But these off the shelf are only really 65 kilowatt. You know, that equates to about 75, 78 horsepower. Compression of the motor was very good. It was 22.3 to 1, so they had a lot of torque. Red line at 4,800, they say. I mean, you know, with big tires, you probably never get up around that anyway. In low range, back in the day, we used to push these things in first and second gear. You'd get the revs up pretty high. So we got an aftermarket turbo kit on this one. Wound up the pump a little bit, custom airbox, helps a little bit. But at the end of the day, you're only going to get about 10, 12 kilowatts more. Just what they are. But you know what, they're an honest motor. They'll do 500,000-600,000. This has nearly got 600,000 Ks on it. It's using just a touch of oil, not much, but still very reliable. To have working air conditioning and power steer on it though, it's a pleasure. We've got custom leaves front and rear, locked front and rear, transfer gears, running a 33-inch tyre, which is nice on the road. 4, 5, 6 diff gears, custom sliders, custom rear bar. It's a tidy little toy. 1989. Toyota stopped doing the leaf spring front end, so they came out with an independent torsion front end. It went to a 4-door with a conventional hardtop, so it was basically a wagon. And the motor went from the 2L to a 3L, so it went from a 2.4 diesel to the 2.8 diesel. One of my most favourite things are these quarter windows. So growing up, all my LN65s, none of them had air conditioning. So cruising down the highway with that in that position, just give you an abundance of air coming straight into you. Passenger side not so much, because passenger side always had the snorkel. Definitely always puts a smile on my face when I get in this old car and I open it. That was a fun day.